All we are here for is to set a just system and to put up structures that will ensure that what happened in the past 30 years would never happen again.
Ex-President Yahya Jammeh, who ruled the Gambia with an iron fist for 22 years before fleeing to Equatorial Guinea in 2017, is described as notorious for his regime's human rights abuses and rampant corruption. Following his departure, the Gambian government established the Jammeh Commission to investigate the financial dealings of Jammeh and his associates. The Commission's findings revealed extensive misappropriation of state resources and recommended the recovery of Jammehs assets for the benefit of the Gambian people. The assets in question include a range of properties across the country, many located in prime areas of Banjul, as well as vehicles, aircraft, livestock, and other valuable items. Following the Jammeh Commission's recommendations, the government initiated the sale of these assets, which included several properties on Daniel Goda Street in Banjul, sold for prices ranging from $6 million to $11.5 million. These transactions have collectively raised millions of dollars. However, the sales have not been without controversy. Many Gambians have expressed concerns about the lack of transparency in the auction process, alleging that the criteria for selecting buyers were not made public and that the sale prices were undervalued. Critics argue that the government has not adequately justified how the proceeds will benefit citizens, leading to suspicions of corruption and favoritism in the bidding process. An investigative report by the Republic news outlet detailed the process through which the assets were sold for the fueling public discontent. In response, a group of Gambian youth known as Gambians Against Looted Assets organized a protest in Banjul on Thursday, despite being denied a permit to demonstrate by the Inspector General of Police. The protesters demanded transparency and accountability regarding the sales. The protest resulted in the arrest of 27 young demonstrators. This heavy-handed response ignited further outrage, prompting more youth to join the protest calling for the release of those arrested.
What could have made it so difficult for the IGP to issue a permit? Sure. What was the reason why this permit has been denied? This is not the new Gambia that we voted in for.
The protest continued until Saturday, when the detainees were released unconditionally as requested by protesters, coinciding with the government's release of the list of buyers that had sparked the protest.
Accountability is the bedrock of any democracy. Transparency is not free, and justice must be timely, visible if it means anything at all. So I assure you, this is the beginning to the end of anybody that wants to use our state resources to enrich themselves. Power! People! Power! People! Power! People! Power! People! This is the beginning to the end of incompetence in this country. This is the beginning to the end of corruption.
Among the properties sold were on Daniel Goddard Street, one sold for $6 million to Ajib Bank, and another at number 78B sold to Ibrahim Jallo for $11.5 million. Other notable sales included number 13 Grand Street for $2.5 million to Fanta Toure, number 64 Lamin Street for $5 million to Juan Abdullah Jallo, number 15 Dibson Street for $3.5 million to Saringai, number 73A OAU Boulevard for $10.5 million to Momodu Korka Jallo, and number 26 Bogle Street for $18 million to Manex Limited, Narendra Rajwani. Meanwhile, according to the list, various tractors were also sold to local councils, including 8 tractors to the West Coast region, 4 to the North Bank region, 3 to the Lower River region, 5 to the Central River region, 4 to the Upper River region, and 11 to the Kanifing municipality at $100,000 each. The Banjul City Council also acquired 3 tractors at the same price. According to the summary report on the sale of livestock, a total of 725 cattle were sold across various farms, including 625 at Kanilai Farms, 67 at Farata Farms, and 32 at the Banjulinding Farms as a single herd. The sales generated $8,302,000, which was deposited in a trust bank interest-bearing account as ordered by the court. The report also disclosed delays in the sales, which was partly due to the cattle being scattered, particularly at Kanilai, where herdsmen struggled to gather them for sale. Herdsmen had also not received salaries or allowances for several months, further complicating the process. Some cattle went missing while grazing and were unaccounted for, hindering the completion of the sales. As a result, this report only covers the livestock available for sale. The auction, according to the report, commenced on January 9, 2018 and concluded on January 30, 2018. The list continues with various properties sold at prices that have raised eyebrows among the public, who continue to demand transparency and accountability in the sales process. The situation continues to evolve, with citizens advocating for enhanced oversight and a more inclusive strategy for managing the former president's assets, as well as clarity on how the funds generated from these assets are being spent. The government faces mounting pressure to address these concerns.